Hello and welcome into the Knicks-Verse. We're going to move on to talk about some of the trade rumors and ideas that are swirling around right now. Hit the thumbs up when you get a chance, and subscribe to into the Knicks-Verse and to Sports Vibes TV. It'd be awesome if you haven't done so yet. And turn on a notification bell so you know when we go live or drop a video like Quis did this morning. Or actually, was it this morning?
Or two,
For me, it was
or
this
three.
One this morning and the rest were mid-afternoon.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Guinness World Book of Records for most videos in a 24-hour
Oh,
period.
you dropped even more? Oh, sorry, man. I didn't even.
Yeah, I think it was 3 or 4.
Oh, nice. Well, good. I'll have to check those out. More for me to watch later. Awesome. All right, let's get to this topic here. Trade rumors. So Fred Katz tweeted out, CBS Sports NBA tweeted out, The Athletic NBA tweeted out. There's various rumors, interest that the Knicks have in two specific players at the moment. One of them is Jerami Grant of the Detroit Pistons, and the other one is the guy who we've been linked to several times already, even last season, Myles Turner of the Indiana Pacers. I'm going to go with you, Quis, first, since you already dropped your video, and you just want to add any additional thoughts. The first question I have for you is, though, would you like to see these two guys or one of these two guys join the Knicks?
With me, a lot of these trades just depend on value. I think both guys can step in and play a role on this team and help trying to turn around this season. Myles Turner, he can knock down the three. He can give us something that we're not getting from Mitch, while still, keeping our defensive integrity. He's still a player that can get you some solid shot blocking. Jerami Grant, he's a player that's interesting as well. He's injured. He's dealing with injury to his thumb. He probably won't be available, or at least they're going to check up on his status toward the end of this month, beginning of next month. But he's someone that we can bring in and then move RJ back to his natural position at the 2. Now, I know Grant isn't a great shooter, but he can play solid defense. And I think when you look at these moves, you should look at them where they should be made in tandem. Because I think individually, these moves don't move the needle as much. But when you look at them as a grouping, which I said at the end of the video, if we're able to make a move, now we have a roster that, or at least a lineup that's a little bit more formidable, and hopefully we can still keep some of our depth with some of our young players. And that's how I would kind of look at this move. But if we were to go after Turner individually, I think that really doesn't move the needle for me. And the same thing with Jerami Grant. I'd look at trades almost like chess. You got to look 2 or 3 moves ahead. If you're making a move for Turner and Julius Randle aren't going to do it this season. So there has to be, another move in order to really get us back on the right path this season.
All right, awesome. And Foxy, how about you, man? How do you feel about first? How do you feel about either of these two guys joining the Knicks, and whether do you feel also similar to Quis, whether it should be a package thing, or then why bother?
Yeah, I totally agree with Quis, and I think the key word is value. And also, is Randle going to be part of this package? And you take a step back, if they don't get rid of Sabonis, are you going to really have Sabonis and Randle there? And if it's Detroit, if their trajectory is the way that it looks, and what we talked about on the show last night, Detroit, there's a real good shot they'll be taking a power forward, 1 or 2, either Paolo Banchero or Jabari Smith. So, where would Randle, if he's part of the package, where would Randle go there? And if it's not Randle, do we really want to give up RJ? And can we get any of these guys just for draft assets? I think that there's a lot of questions to be, and also there's a lot of teams that are want these guys' services. So we don't want to overpay, that's for sure.
Yeah. I highly doubt either of these two players would cost us either Randle or RJ. I think it would be other elements, like possibly Obi, possibly Mitch, and draft picks, and maybe a Knox thrown in there. Fournier, I mean,
salary-wise,
Fournier for the Pistons, that might actually work.
Shoot.
That actually might work. Yeah. I mean, we saw what he can do. And the Pistons need that, and there might be, he might actually fit well with a Cade. So that could be interesting, but I don't think it would cost us Randall and RJ. I don't know. What do you think, Quis, in terms of the price?
Yeah, in my video, I said it's most likely going to cost Mitch in the case of Turner. Or actually, you could even send Mitch to the Pistons. I said they have Isaiah Stewart, but if they like Mitch and think he could be a piece for them long term, they could want him. And I think Obi, in any of these deals, Obi's is probably going to be the player that gets moved in either one. Either for Turner, where they can probably take Obi and play him with Sabonis if they want to try going that route, or the Pistons, where they can take Obi. They have a young core, a team that can get up and down the court and just unleash Obi out there. So I think that's what it'll probably cost. Mitch, Obi, maybe a Grimes or a Deuce if they want to sweeten the deal a little bit, and some draft capital.
And the weird part is the Pacers already have a little Mitch. He drafted Isaiah Jackson.
Yeah, maybe.
That is, a Mitch, a copy. Carbon copy of a highly athletic guy that has no offensive game, but he's a good rim, protector and stuff like that. He's been injured, but when he comes back, so it's going to see how we, fits for both teams and stuff like that. But I totally agree with Keith that 2 would make a big difference. 1 is just a Band-Aid.
I agree with you guys on that take. That this is something like it's like only feels like half a piece, but together they feel like 2 pieces. On their own they just feel like a half piece. So I see the logic that you guys are putting forth, and I buy into it. Unfortunately, it probably will cost us Obi, regardless. Whoever, I don't know which team, and not sure Mitch would get moved in this scenario. So there may be other elements, and maybe some draft picks. Again, the Pistons are in a total rebuild, so they could use draft picks. It would be interesting. I'm not against this. I'm not against it, but is this the best that we could do with Obi as part of the trade? Let's imagine it as if it was a 3-team trade. Let's just put it that way. It's not going to be, but let's imagine 3-team trade with the Knicks, Pistons, and Pacers, and we end up with these 2 guys. And it's going to cost us Obi regardless, and possibly Grimes. Possibly. I'm still on board with that. It just I'll be bummed to see Obi go, because I feel like he definitely has a great potential, not to be a star or anything, but just to really be a nice high level contributor to any team. And I don't think we've seen at all his true potential yet. I mean, the guy's electrifying, and he can barely hit a 3-point shot right now. I mean, if that shot starts hitting, and by the eye test, I mean, he shoots it well.
His form's nice. His release, yeah, I'm with you.
Exactly. So, and you hear even Wally say it. He says the tools are there. He should be able to hit this shot. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just not enough burn in the off hours, because life got busier, life got more complicated,
and 9 minutes in the last 2 games is not helping either.
Exactly. Exactly. So these are 2 guys that I'm not opposed to, but I'm not thrilled by either. I think they would be an upgrade. Jerami Grant, at least defensively, Jerami he's an upgrade over Fournier, that's for sure.
Not even close.
Yeah, and he's been a decent defender in the past, other than last season with Detroit, where he had a 114 defensive rating. His defensive rating was in 108s. 108, 106. For his career, he's a 109 defensive rating per 100 possessions. And he's a 110 offensive rating. So he's on the plus side, whereby Fournier was a 115 defensive rating. So At least he's
You
more
think back to the bubble, though. He was he was really an important part of the team before he came.
The Nuggets.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in that run.
Yeah. Well, that was his when he broke out.
Yeah, they got him that contract. That's for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that season he averaged 22.2 points per game, 6.5 rebounds, and I like that he's a big steals guy. That year he averaged 1.3. This season he's averaging 1.6 steals per game. That's nice. The thing is, he's hurt right now, so he's only played 24 games. But he's at least defensively, I could see him fitting a Thibodeau scheme.
Absolutely.
And Turner, I've been crying out for a stretch 5 for a long time. I mean, I think it would change this offense dramatically, and which is why I keep saying, Mitch, shoot the ball. Let's see. I mean, it's like, let's just find out for sure. He just won't do it. Just won't do it. So it's disappointing. But all right, let's the other guy that's been talked about is Alec Burks, but I haven't done any real research into what those rumors are and like what teams are interested in him. I've just heard Alec Burks. That's all. I don't know. You guys have anything to add on about the Alec Burks thing? Foxy?
Yeah, I didn't say anything on Burks.
No specifics. Exactly.
Okay. You're breaking the news to me.
All right.
extra.
All right. Thumbs ups, subscribe, and I will see you guys where?
Around